Hey guys, it's Danny. Okay, today we're gonna take a look at some blooms, but also some flower spikes from some orchids that really surprised me. Unfortunately, we most probably won't see them bloom because I'm not sure how they will handle transport, but let's just take a look at them anyway. So here we have the Sederia japonica. This is my second one. I have two. Last year this one bloomed and now it doesn't want to bloom. However, we have this one in bloom, and yeah, the flower might not say too much, but the fragrance, oh my goodness, you guys, I want to eat this orchid. It smells so good. Let me give you a close-up of the bloom. She's kind of pretty, and I think in comparison to the other one, this one has a few more stripes. I'm not sure, I need to check the video from last year. Let's put this down because it's shaking like crazy. So this orchid has a wonderful fragrance. To me it kind of resembles a sort of a lemon pie. It is clean and lemony and fresh, but it's not that artificial lemon, let's say, like the Nellie Eyler has. It actually is sweet at the same time. I love this orchid and I cannot have enough Sederia japonicas. Now this particular one, I don't know, I think she likes a big family because she has a ton of keikis. Last time I checked, I think there were about 4. And actually the flower spike is coming from a keiki, so not the mother plant. So this right here, that little keiki is producing these flowers, which is great. I can imagine if this would be a little bit more happy than what I'm providing right now, she will produce multiple flower spikes. So that's great. I'm really looking forward to keeping this one healthier and happier than she is now. So as you can see, this one is looking rather okay. She's coping with the whole water thing quite nice. She's producing new roots as well, but she's really not the happiest. Because, you know, appearances might be deceiving, and I actually recently found an orchid, a Phalaenopsis species, which suffered from crown rot. It didn't have a crown anymore, but she was blooming. So really, if an orchid blooms and looks happy, doesn't really mean it's happy, so keep that in mind. What signals you she's happy is bigger and bigger leaves, or at least as big as the previous ones, and mine does not display that. Well, she lost the previous leaves, but the new leaves are tinier than they used to be, so that is the sign. That tells you your orchid is not happy, not the blooms or anything else. And here's a surprise. This is a seedling. I'm not sure if I should consider it a seedling anymore. This is the Angrecum magdalene. Well, this guy didn't do too much in the past years. He was seriously mistreated due to the spider mites and also due to the Orchid Focus media. One day I'll make a video with best and worst products that I've used in the past year or something like that. Orchid Focus is, I think, one of the top worst things that I actually used. And I don't want to bash the company, but really when a company responds to me like, you know what, the problem is on your end, something does not click with me. So, sorry, Orchid Focus. Alrighty, so here, this guy has a nubbin forming, and it is not a root. Let's try to give you a close-up. There you go. Now, this can be one of two things. Either a keiki, although I kind of doubt it, either a flower spike. I would actually not mind having a keiki either, because, let's see if I can show you this. Look in the light. He has another leaf here, but it doesn't look too green. I know it's impossible to see, but I checked with a flashlight. It's a little transparent, so that signals me that something might be wrong with the crown. I really hope it's not. Oopsie. Really hope it's not, but right now I cannot properly see if there's any damage. I really hope it's not the crown, but if it is, I would prefer this to be a keiki actually. Nonetheless, it's interesting to see what's happening with this guy. And here we have an Oncidium type orchid. You might know this one from last year. It is actually foundable, if that's a word, under the name of Oncidopsis, or that name that the Nellie Eyler has, Lazio. It's spelled with a Z, so L-A-Z-I-O. So yeah, it's not the same thing as a Nellie Eyler. It's not as picky, but I really think it's a hybrid between an Oncidium and a Miltoniopsis, perhaps. In any case, here's the funny story with this guy. I divided him and I sent a division to Ana Maria. I'll share her link here. She just started a YouTube channel, and you can actually see this Oncidium in bloom for her as well. Now for her, this one smells beautifully like hyacinths, and it also seems to have a strong fragrance. Well, for me, it does not smell like hyacinths. It smells rather sweet, and also it does not have a powerful fragrance, so it must be something in her environment he likes. And the main difference between my balcony and her environment is humidity. She has a ton more humidity than I have. So being that this is a sort of a Miltoniopsis cousin, it might influence this orchid and indirectly the flowers as well. So this guy with some proper environment might smell really, really nice. So I'm looking forward for this guy to rebloom in the greenhouse and in my new environment, which is kind of humid compared to what I have here. So yeah, he is actually a really pretty boy. However, for me, it does not have that wonderful fragrance. It's just something sweet, kind of mild, but I'm looking forward to see how he does in the new environment. Alrighty, this is the Gongora leucochila. I didn't find any other flower spikes so far, but this one seems to grow pretty fast. I'm sure we will not see this one in bloom unless it actually takes transport well, because as fast as it grows, I really doubt it will bloom before I leave, because it's not long now. But anyway, I was having a discussion with some of my viewers regarding this one. I was telling you to be careful how you pot it, because if it's a little bit too deep in the pot or the pseudobulbs lean over, the flower spikes will go inside and try to find their way out. And some of my viewers told me, well, you didn't know this orchid was pendant? Yes, of course I knew. But there is a difference between pendant blooms and blooms that actually are growing inside the pot. I'll give you an example. Stanhopias really create flower spikes inside the pot and come down and bloom from the bottom of the pot. Pendant orchids don't do this. Pendant orchids initially have an upward growth and then they curl down and just pend. Is that a word? Anyway, I'll share with you a link in the description which describes the flowering pattern of Gongora orchids. It's nowhere near Stanhopea style, but you will see there it is described as first upwards growing and then pending down. It's a totally different thing. So whenever you hear pendant orchids, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's growing inside the pot. Few orchids do this. Dracula orchids do this, and Stanhopea orchids do this. However, Gongoras do not do this unless there's a problem with the pseudobulbs being kind of tilted. Also, Cristata is a pendant orchid, and Phalaenopsis orchids are pendant, but we stake them. So you see the difference. First, the flower spike will have an upward growth, and then it pends down under its own weight. This is what pendant means. It doesn't mean it will grow inside the pot. But anyway, let's return to Gongoras. Yeah, be careful how you pot them and how the pseudobulbs actually lean, because in my case, it leaned a bit too much. And also the source, the light source, coming from one side, not above. So the flower spike tried to go towards the light source. It didn't grow completely up, but at an angle, and this favorized the issue we had here. And this is normal for orchids. They will always try to grow towards the light, even if it means not straight, but at an angle. And here's an orchid we didn't see in a long time. This is Encyclia fragrans. And I'll just show you. She has some flower buds. Well, hopefully we can focus on this thing right here. Do you see the sheath? It's cracking up, and I've actually looked inside with a flashlight. We do have buds on this one. And actually I have multiple pseudobulbs. This one, and this one here, and that one in the back. I think that's it. They all have buds. However, if it's not gonna resist transport and environment change, we will not see the blooms. But anyway, just wanted to let you know that this orchid is indeed blooming. I think she's kind of easy to care for. She's a little bit different than the Cordillera if you're used to that. The Cordillera takes tremendous amount of sun. This one doesn't like as much sun. I would go for bright light, but not too much direct sunshine with this one. Leaves can also tell you their story as well. If you notice, the Cordillera has really glossy leaves. This guy, the fragrans, you see, they're really not thick leaves. And the cuticle is not that glossy and thick. So that is the main difference between them. And of course the flowers. This one produces upside down flowers, so they are resupinated. I think I'm using the term right now. And the Cordillera produces non-resupinated flowers, practically meaning they're not upside down in the case of the Cordillera. And last but not least, here is my Dendrobium parishi. This is the only guy left with some coconut husk mixed in. It's not the Orchid Focus Media right here, it's just coconut husk. I hate it. Really do, but he is performing okay in it. However, as you can see, I have a bud here, but I also have new growth. What happened to this guy last year, he created a bud as well, but it never developed. And I'm really hoping it's not going to be the case this year as well. But it might be an environment thing. I have to give it that in my winter time, it's not really sunny in my area. this will all change. However, I'm starting to think that these deciduous dendrobiums kind of need a little bit more light that I can provide. And it's not necessarily about sunshine, but hopefully you can see my balcony is, yeah, there's no light up there. So that's an issue because my light source is actually windows. And if somehow it gets really gloomy outside, there is practically darkness in my balcony. So I'm guessing this is taking a toll on these types of dendrobiums who would actually really prefer more sunny conditions. So yeah, I do have a bud on mine, however it's growing very slow and I'm not sure if it's gonna bloom. Not to mention my anosmum did not want to bloom for me this year. So this is one of the reasons I didn't really order too many dendrobiums, particularly the deciduous species. I'm really not sure they are liking this particular environment. They might be okay in summer, but I don't know about winter. So I'm really looking forward to see how these guys will cope in my new environment. If they're gonna do well, I will purchase myself more dendrobiums because I like them. And speaking of dendrobiums, Roger here on YouTube has a massive collection of dendrobiums and I absolutely love watching it and drooling because I cannot really keep that many dendrobiums because I don't know if they're going to be happy. So I'll add a link towards his video here. It's in 3 parts. You can see his dendrobium collection. It's quite impressive. So if you're a fan of dendrobiums, do check that one out and maybe you'll get some ideas of what to buy. For now, for me, dendrobiums are a question mark. We'll see how they do because it's really a tease to see these buds and then nothing happening really. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Before I let you go, I hit 20k subscribers. Yay! Let's throw a party. Not. Anyway, I really didn't think it would happen right now because I wanted to plan something nice for like the anniversary milestone, whatever. But I'm here and I'm moving out and stuff are all over the place. I don't even have clothes here anymore, so I cannot really do anything about it. But I would just like to say thank you very, very, very much. It means a lot to me. It means that I should actually keep doing what I do and improve and invest more time and energy into my videos because there might be something to it. I must be doing something right for some people. So for those of you who watch my videos and who actually took the time to subscribe, thank you very, very much. It means a lot to me, and stay tuned for surprises and different styles of videos and stuff like that. I have so many plans. I cannot even tell you. I'm so excited and I cannot wait to make new videos that will be better quality. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you again. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it and would like to stay up to date and support me further in this journey, just subscribe to my channel. I do post on a regular basis and I will improve my videos hopefully in the near future. If you have questions regarding orchids or suggestions for videos, just leave me a comment down below. If you click on the left side of your screen, you'll be directed to orchidnature.com where you'll find care sheets, identification sheets, and also you can talk to us in the forum section. And on the right side of your screen, you can click to watch another orchid video. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye.